Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 6 and today we're back as promised for a 50 over match as we look to have some success in our third different form of the game after early successes in T20 and 3-day matches. However, rather unusually compared to previous episodes, as this is mainly a batting career, we're going to be focusing on the bowling today. We've been thrown into the attack in a quite interesting position, and I think it could be a chance for us to become a hero for our club. So we will go and have a look at the scorecard in a moment, but firstly, for any of you that haven't seen the first 5 episodes, please do click on the eye above to go back and check them out. There has been plenty of ups and downs already in this series, and that's why I wanted to show a lot of episodes from our club career, as I don't want it all to be about success. I want you to see some of the struggle early on. A massive thank you to everyone that has supported the series and the Ashes Test playthrough we did beforehand. I really do appreciate the support with them, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. But let's get back to this game and have a look at the scorecard. Leeds did bat first in this match, so we have already put a score on the cards. If we go and have a look at it, we'll go to the overall scorecard in the match first. Leeds got 278 for 8 off their 50 overs in this match. It makes a change. It's the first one we play where Leeds haven't been bowled out, I think, so it was a pleasant surprise in that sense. If we have a look at our individual score, we started the innings pretty well, 28 off 32 before being bowled LBW by the spinner, and we put on a 50 stand with Nathan Crompton, who we're starting to build a nice opening partnership with. But then, as you saw after that, Redcar have come in and they're not been great. Halfway through their overs, they're 121 for 7, so their run rate's pretty decent, but unfortunately they've hemorrhaged wickets. So we've been brought into the attack with 3 wickets left to take. Obviously we'll have a maximum of 10 overs, and we just want to see if we can get 1 or 2 of the 3 remaining. It'll be nice to see us have some success with the ball, as I imagine once we get to county and international cricket, a lot of the focus will be on our opening batting. So we'll be back in a moment to bowl our first ball of the match. Hopefully we'll have some success in our first over. Okay, we're back for the first ball then. The required run rate's still pretty acceptable, 6.28 in 25 overs, but with only 3 wickets in hand that could be difficult, and they haven't really got a set batsman, both relatively new to the crease. We've gone for our usual field that we use in the long form of the game and 50 over cricket, then towards the end we'll go to our T20 field, should the game still be in an interesting state. As a batting all-rounder I doubt we'll get our 10 overs, but we've just got to try and do our best, keep the run rate down, something we've been very good at in our career so far, and maybe try and take a wicket too, something that's been a little bit hit and miss. We've been doing okay off camera, although we did struggle in the last 3-day match. I think we got a score of about 20 in the first innings and then only managed 2 in the second, as we fell to a heavy defeat yet again. But after 2 dot balls we're going to go for a flighted delivery, see if we can tempt the batsmen out, give them something they think they can play at, and then see if they'll make a mistake. But at the moment they're just defending them well, they don't seem to be attacking the spin bowling. We'll throw in a wrong and later in the over, but we've got to see what happens with this one. It's a little bit of a half chance, but I don't think it's worth the shout. We did go up for it, but the umpire doesn't oblige. I'm not surprised, it was outside the line, and I don't even know if it would have hit the stumps. We're relying on an awful lot of spin there, something I don't know that we've got in our locker. The impact was outside off stump, and it was missing the wickets anyway, so a little bit more spin required. This time we'll try it with a wrong un. We'll try and catch him on leg stump here. He does just flick it away though. They're really good at those sweep shots. It seems to be the go-to shot for the AI batsman. Last ball of the over, let's try and bowl it at the stumps, and again it's just flicked away for a dot ball. A maiden to start a really good over, and Leeds remain in a dominant position. We're back for our second over and we've got a right-hander to bowl at. We've been far more successful against the right-handers, although that delivery isn't going to help. Miles outside leg stump and the fielder drops it as well. Club cricket in a nutshell there, a little bit of a lower standard. It's a little bit disrespectful to be honest, because I guess that wouldn't happen that often, but it's the only way to differentiate in a video game, so I guess they have to make the fielding slightly worse. The second shot straight to the man at mid-on, and we continue our spell without conceding a run. It's been a really good 8 delivery so far. There's a couple that the batsman probably should have attacked, but they seem a little bit tentative against us. Maybe they're just trying to get to 50 overs and keep the score relatively respectable. We're going to go for a flighted delivery now. We're halfway through the over and we haven't tempted them into a shot, and hopefully this one will manage to do that, although they just play defensive again to mid-off. 2 balls left and we're going to go for something completely different, a shorter delivery with more bounce on it, and just see if they try and play over the top. He's gone for a bit more of an aggressive stroke, but again it's straight to the man at point, and with 1 ball left in the over, it looks like we're on for a second maiden in a row. We did get 5 in a row in our first 50 over match. After that we got absolutely taken to the cleaners in the 6th, but on this occasion they're not attacking us at all, and we continue to go without conceding a run. 2 overs into our spell, and things are looking good so far. We've helped take the required run rate up to 7 for our opponents, and with just 3 wickets left and over 20 overs to go, I'm not sure they're ever going to be able to make that. 3rd over for us, it's the left-hander back on strike. We're going slightly outside off stump here, and again they're sweeping it away, but it's straight to that man at mid-wicket, and it's not getting any runs for them at all, but they continue to persist with it, so let's throw in a couple of wrong uns in this over. We're just going to go straight at the stumps again. That's a little bit of a strange attempt at the shot, just tried to dink it round the corner, but it's straight to the man at leg gully. Another dot ball, that's now 14 in a row for us. An off-break delivery as we mix up the line and length. Let's see if we can get something out of them. They've gone for the attacking one there, it's straight to the fielder at mid-wicket, and we've got a wicket without conceding a run of 2.5 overs in our spell. A very strange shot from the batsman. Seems like he just got frustrated and said he was going to go for it, and he did not connect with that shot at all, and it's straight to the fielder. He's hit every time. This time it was in the air though, and it's led to our first wicket. A brilliant spell so far, and we'll be back in a moment to face the new batsman. Okay, the new batsman's on strike, and it's Olsen of all people, the man who bowled us LBW for 28, so wouldn't it be nice to do the same back to him? Let's bowl straight at the stumps with the first one. He defends it rather sensibly, and with 2 balls left in the over, we've got to make sure he doesn't get a run. We'll go for a wrong un to see if that throws him off. I think he'll probably just be defensive all over, so I'm not expecting him to do anything rash. This one's defended to the man at cover, and we remain on course for a wicket maiden after a brilliant over so far. The eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that we've unfortunately lost our voice a little here. It seems to be that we're getting a bit excited, either that or it's just a cold. But the end of the over and we haven't conceded a run, and we've got the drinks break with Leeds in a brilliant position. Just 2 wickets remaining for the club, and hopefully we'll get another over or 2. We're back for our 4th then. Redcar have moved on to 135 for 8. We're still yet to concede a run despite getting that wicket, and we're just forcing defensive shots. I don't know if it's the line and length we're bowling that's causing the trouble. Either we found a winning formula very early on, or these batsmen are being unusually defensive against us. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced the same, particularly when you're using spin bowling. We're only a part-timer and we haven't got good skills, but we're just bowling a consistent line and they will not attack us, and as you saw on the occasion they did, they're finding it very difficult. They defend again and it's to the man at mid-on, and with another half an over gone, we're yet to concede a run. It's 3.5 overs now, and in a one-day game that's a little bit silly. We'll throw in a wrong un this time again, and again it's defended to the man at cover, just 2 balls away from our 4th successive maiden. Let's try with a standard delivery, and then the last one we'll throw in a flighted one, just to try and tempt them into a shot. This one straight to the man at mid-wicket, just 1 more delivery to go. We're going all out for it then. Let's try and force the attacking shot. An off-break flighted delivery. We want to tempt them outside the crease, so we're going to bowl it a bit wider as well. And still they don't attack that. It was the perfect ball to try and smash over cover, but they didn't try to do anything with it. They just did it straight to the fielder. A dot ball to finish and 4 maidens in a row. And now we're into our 5th with the required rate above 8. Back in for our 5th over, and we're around the wicket to the right-hander. The ones we've had success against, can we do it again in this one? Again a very defensive stroke, this time by the set batsman, and looking at his strike rate he just seems to want to stay in. He hasn't even faced us that many times, so we can't say that it's just being defensive against us. Maybe we've got a spinner at the other end as well, and they're just being defensive against both of them. That one's just defended to mid-off, and I'm starting to get a bit puzzled by what's going on here. Why are they not trying to get some runs? They just seem to be edging towards defeat. We're going to try and bowl a standard delivery again. Hopefully they'll attack one of them. This one was a bit more of an attacking stroke, but it is just straight to the man at leg gully. We're going to go for a flighted delivery now. Try and tempt them out of the crease again. We say this every over and they never oblige. It's what we're expecting at this stage though. Again straight to the man at leg gully, and he's now 22 off 38 balls. We're on course for our 5th maiden in a row, and we've got 1 wicket for no runs after almost 5 overs. That's absolutely appalling. That shouldn't be happening in one day cricket. Olsen's 0 off 10, but he can't get down to the striker's end at the moment. If he got out for a duck still though, that would sort of brighten up my day, particularly after the batting innings. Another defensive shot, and he over finishes with a 5th maiden in a row. A brilliant bowling spell, but I don't think we're entirely responsible for this. Into our 6th over, and it's not just us they're defending against. Neither batsman added any runs in the last over. Olsen just saw off a maiden. Redcar remain on 138, and their run rate's now above 9 and over. And with 15 to go, they're not even halfway to the score, something they should probably be a little concerned about. But we're going to go for an off-breaker to start. We'll keep bowling at the stumps. That one nearly got through the gate, but he just about got an inside edge on it to save the day before an LB shout. We'll go for a wrong and second up. We don't do those enough to the right-hander. Once we get a bit better and more skilled later in our career, we will throw a lot more of them in, but at the moment we're just trying to mix things up a little, as there's very little variation on our ball, as there's not much spin on it at all. But we're going to go for a flighted delivery now. Can we finally force an attacking stroke? It's outside off stump as well, and that was a little bit more expressive, and they almost thought about running there. They could have added a run out to the 5 maidens. That would have been something else to see on camera, but in the end they decided to cancel their run. The first wise decision I've seen them make today, as they flick away another one to the man at leg gully. 2 balls left in the over, and are we going to get 6 maidens in a row? I think that would be a record for us in any form of cricket, even though we had a good 50 over game before. Another defensive shot, and we just won away from that milestone. So it is turning into an incredible bowling innings, but it just feels a little bit weird, and to be honest a little bit wrong. He does finally try to attack the last one, but again he's picked out the fielder, so a dot ball to finish. 6 maidens off 6 overs, and a wicket to go with it as well. Doesn't seem particularly realistic, but we're not going to complain about our figures. We've been given a 7th in a row, so let's go and try and get the left-hander out. Olsen has got himself off the mark, but the run rate's moved above 10, and we've got to try and get the man out who got us in the first innings, as we want to get a little bit of revenge. Standard off-break delivery to continue. It's going to be outside off stump. We want to try and force them into some shots. That's all I'm really looking for at this stage. Or are they just trying to get to the 40 over mark and then they're going to try and explode? I just don't know what the thought process is. It doesn't seem to make any sense, but we are just going to keep bowling tight, as we want to make sure that our figures are great. If we could finish this spell without conceding a run, that would be absolutely remarkable and set us on course for great things, and certainly catch the attention of our county. Alongside what will hopefully be one of our England teammates in the future are the current captain Joe Root, and they've also got Johnny Bairstow as well, as we try to field one that's hit straight back to us. It doesn't seem like we're the best fielder yet, but we do manage to stop the ball from going past us. There's just 2 balls left in the over again. Redcar still yet to attack one. I've thrown this one really wide just to see what they do. I really am a bit disappointed by the batting side in this innings. I've never seen a team be this defensive. Even in the other ones there was a point where they attacked, as we get through the batsman there, but he just misses leg stump and he goes through to the wicket keeper, but yet another maiden. 7 in a row for us. It's a ridiculous spell. We're back for an 8th over. The captain's not taking us out of the attack, and why would he, to be honest? We've taken a wicket for no runs, and we've bowled 42 deliveries without conceding. That's absolutely sensational, but still doesn't quite seem right. I really need to know if you're having the same problem in this game, because I really thought coming back in the second half of this innings, with the position the match was in, we were going to see a few fireworks, maybe attacking displays of wickets falling quickly, or vice versa, that they just put on a few runs and put us under a little bit of pressure. But this seemed completely unrealistic, so I need to know if it's something you've seen in your games, or is it just something I'm doing? Maybe I have just found a winning formula, but it seems unlikely at club cricket. I'm just bowling standard line and length. It doesn't seem like anything special. We've not really got much spin on the ball, as we're not a very skilled batsman, or a very skilled bowler, sorry, and I don't understand why they're not attacking anything, or have we just got our field placements right? Even as a top bowler, we were never this good in Don Bradman Cricket 17 or in Ashes cricket last time out, so it does seem a bit strange that it's happening this early on, especially when you take into account our struggle with the bat as well. So it's not just that the gameplay's too easy, because we struggled with the bat in most of our innings, and the bowling's been very consistent in that one, but this time it just seems to be a little strange. We've got through 8 overs, and we're going to be in the field now, so we'll be back when we get another chance at the crease. It looks like we might get to bowl out our 10 overs. We're 8 overs and we're still back into the attack. There's just 9 overs left in the innings now. You can see Redcar have lost another wicket, and they did hit a couple of boundaries in the last over too, so maybe we will finally see some fireworks, and hopefully it will have been worth the wait, as they're really trying to attack now. He has edged it, but he's not been caught, and he could have got a run there as well, but at least they're going with plenty of intent. Olsen finally trying to attack. He's 1 off 33 deliveries now, so it is about time he threw his bat at it. Let's go for the off-break delivery again. It seemed to work pretty nicely last time, and then we'll just go for a subtle change. I think that one's outside leg stump. We went up for the appeal, but the umpire expectedly decided it wasn't online. So we're going to go for a flighted delivery third time. It looks like Olsen's really trying to go for it now, and this means we could get some fireworks here, I'd say, as he goes back to a defensive stroke. Straight to the man at deep mid-off, and he manages to deal with it comfortably. Halfway through the over and we're going to throw in the wrong un. Will he try and attack it, or is he going to go back to defensive mode? He has attacked it and he's finally scored a run. We've conceded our first runs of our spell, and it only took 8.5 overs. A sensational bit of bowling, but at least we've finally seen some runs. I thought we were going to go the whole spell without it, but at least it is a little more realistic now. Olsen moves on to 3 off 36. What figures they are for a one-day game. We'll go back to the standard delivery now, as the wrong un clearly didn't work to the spinner. This one's just defended, and maybe now he's got his runs he'll be happy to defend again. Last ball of the over, let's throw in the standard ball again. Will he go for it with the last one, just to try and do something special? He tries to sweep it away. It was a pretty aggressive stroke, but it's straight to the man at mid-wicket, just 2 conceded off the over. We're into the last over of our spell. We're 1 for 2 off 9 overs. I obviously don't need to explain to you what's going on. It's not particularly realistic. The number 11 for Redcar's got 16 off 13, whereas the number 10 who came in's got 7 off 45. That's confusing in itself. And don't forget, we're a batting all-rounder with almost no bowling skills, and we're into our 10th over here. We've been bowled out, and that seems strange too. It's the first time I've been a little concerned about the game, because up till this point it's been absolutely brilliant, but there's a lot of things in this one that don't quite seem right. But Redcar are going to see out our last over. Hopefully, as we've got the more aggressive batsman on strike, he will at least go for a couple of shots, but on this occasion he's decided not to again. 2 defensive shots to start the over. So we're going to throw in a flighted delivery. He seems like the sort of batsman that would attack it, and hopefully he'll produce at least one special shot, so you get to see something classy on camera. Unfortunately he doesn't. It's a defensive one, and it's half the over gone and we're on for another maiden. So let's throw in a wrong un as well. We're going to throw this really wide outside off stump just to see if he attacks it. He doesn't really. He puts his bat at it, but it's not a particularly authoritative stroke. It's just a defensive one, a little bit tentative through the line, and it goes straight to the man at mid-off. So we'll go back to the off-breaker with 2 more to go, and even the number 11, who's been scoring runs for fun, has chosen not to attack this over. That one narrowly misses the stumps. I was hoping he'd get a thin edge through to the keeper. It's our last ball of our spell. It'd be really good if we could finish the match off here, so let's see if we can do it in style. A standard delivery straight at the stumps, but it's defended away and we won't get the wicket. 1 for 2 off 10 overs, a ridiculous spell. 9 maidens out of our 10 overs too. A little bit unrealistic, but it's certainly been a good spell for us, and if we just look at it in isolation, we should be getting man of the match for that. The match will be over, and of course Leeds will win. 108 runs in it in the end, but that means that Redcar added another 20 or so why weren't they attacking us? I just don't understand. We'll be back in a moment with a scorecard and discuss our plans for the next few episodes. Okay, it's game over. Alejandro Lawford, one of our bowlers, got 4 for 40 in that innings, and he does get player of the match. And although the batsmen were very defensive against us, there's 2 other bowlers there, Jack Hodge and Fletcher Leonard. They both bowled out their 10 overs, and they both only got hit for 19 runs, so it does seem to be a pattern in that innings. Maybe it is just a one-off, but I will keep an eye on that in my next 50 over game. It seems they're a little bit defensive in this form. The other 2 seem to be pretty accurate. But overall, not a bad match for us. 1 wicket for 2 runs in a really economical spell, and then 28 off 32 with the bat. We opened pretty decently again, and although we got bowled LBW, we did put on a 50 stand with our opening partner. So a really good episode overall, and a pretty good performance from us in this match. We would have liked to gone on and hit a 50, but unfortunately it wasn't to be on this occasion. But I hope you did enjoy seeing a bit of bowling instead. It's not something we're going to do too regularly, particularly with how defensive the batsmen are being, we'll probably only show it in T20 cricket. But it was something different, and we are going to be back to batting in the next episode. It'll either be a T20 match or another 50 over one like this, as we've seen plenty of 3-day action on the channel already, and we want to leave it a couple of episodes before another one. But as I mentioned a bit earlier on, particularly with the bat, most of our struggles are going to be at club level and in our early county days, so I do want to show you plenty of episodes from that. I don't just want to show you all the success we have later down the line. We will eventually get good enough, improve our skills and become a top international batsman, but you don't just want to see me succeed without watching the struggle that came before it. So we will be back for another batting innings in the next episode in a couple of days' time. But if you did enjoy this episode, please put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of that bowling spell. To me it was very strange, I said it throughout the innings. Let me know if you've experienced the same in your series, or if you've seen other people say the same thing, because it just seemed a little bit unrealistic. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. And if you haven't seen it in the meantime, do go back and catch up with our Ashes Test playthrough. It was a 10-part series which I really enjoyed making, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it too. There's also daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories and weekly content from Snooker 19. That's every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another important episode as we get back to our focus on the bat with another innings from short form cricket.